Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to round 2 of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Tournament 2021. My name is Uncle Reggie, and I'm joined by...
Captain MD.
And today we're going to have a very cool race for you. We've got Lokir versus DiggleWrath. In this race, the only GA that they have is no final bosses. So it'll be, the rest of the preset is the vanilla tournament settings.
Keeping it nice and simple tonight. Now, Uncle Reggie, we have just casted off in the race time. We will be catching up on stream in just 20 seconds. But what are you looking to see in our lovely seed as the master of suffering, as of Echoes is suffering, as he has named himself last year, has put it? What are you looking forward to see tonight?
Personally, I always love to see something on Alpha Blog Champ, just because it's nice, little, delightful, out of the way.
Is that what we're calling him now?
It's what I like to call him.
Yeah, and Lokir, before the race started, Lokir in the race time did say, "And may he who suffers most reign victorious." So let's see who ends up taking home that title today, as we are off. But yeah, it's been a it's been a very busy week for the Metroid Prime 2 randomizer community. We've had so many races this week. We had one off camera earlier this afternoon between Lucarius, Lion, and I'm Slow. That race did go to Lucarius. Oh! Well, +1 on Morbus.
Awesome.
Immediate boost ball on Morbus. And with that, a Morbus gets a V on my Roman numerals in the tracker. Although I think I'm missing a couple, but even still.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, it should be noted it's not necessarily required. Boost ball is not necessarily required to beat the seed based on the lack of knowledge we do have, but it's fairly unlikely.
That's okay. Gathering Hall is going to have an STK.
You know, Gathering Hall has been showing up a few times in the past, this week in particular.
Yeah, that's exciting.
All right, both runners pretty close together as we go into our Alpha Splinter fight here.
It's kind of fun how much of this we've been seeing with the Great Temple start, seeing a rather vanilla Dark Alpha Splinter fight.
Yeah, it's not too often we've seen missiles or power bombs or a beam be our first special. We've seen a couple of power bombs and missiles, but not a whole lot. You're right. Especially with main launchers turned off, I would have expected that to show up a lot more often.
Yep.
Oh, well, that would have been nice to have for Alpha Splinter.
Yeah. Just about a minute and a half too late for that, but better to have than not.
And up top is a dark ammo expansion. Sorry, I was about to call it a dark missile tank. No, we don't get those.
It's effectively the same thing.
Could you imagine if dark missiles are a thing in Prime 4?
I would love elemental missiles of multiple varieties.
Indeed. Now, just confirming on my brackets here, both runners are 1 and 0 so far, so this determines, this will shake up the totals a little bit for our third round of Swiss starting next week. I don't know what was on the task ledge, but both runners are attempting the task jump to get it.
Yeah, I couldn't quite make that out either, but...
I would assume it's either a ball upgrade or a beam. Might even be just a missile tank. Even just a missile tank is enough to check Storage Cavern B.
Yep.
Both having a lot of trouble with this one, although to be fair, this is probably one of the most finicky slope jumps you can do in SJ.
It is very picky.
I find it interesting that Lokir is looking up while DiggleWrath is looking down.
All right, Diggle makes it up,
Lokir right behind.
and we're about to find out what this is.
It is
Oh, that's
Seekers.
Seekers.
That is
Okay.
that is indeed a logical missile, not a logical missile launcher, but it counts as a ability to fire missile type weapon. And that is Dark Visor in Storage Cavern
Hmm.
B. I'm pretty sure Bombs or Space Jumper just chilling in Transport to Aegon at this point.
A little bit of hesitation from Diggle. It looks like he maybe wanted to think about going backwards, but can't really do anything that
You
direction
know what
yet.
the craziest thing is? With this loadout, I would immediately start thinking, depending on where main power bombs or screw attack are, I would immediately start thinking about Transport A access. Because we already almost have a way back
Mm-hmm.
through GFMC compound.
Mm-hmm.
Missile-related upgrade in a Cursed Lake, so a Cursed Lake is not relevant for once.
And Azure is correct. Seeker launcher without require mains is logical missile access.
We see that Screw Attack has just been found in the Transport to
Ooh.
Aegon, and another movement system is in Portal Access A, most likely referring to Space Jump. So, yeah, like I said, I would immediately start thinking about Transport A access as soon as you pick that Space Jump up. This is a very interesting start we have. This is definitely a lot of good gear. A lot of good combat gear, a lot of good gear for later. Seekers and Light Beam both together really do tear the early game apart. Oh, and Lokir is showing us some NSJ screw attack shenanigans climbing up Mining Plaza. Could not see what was in Mining Plaza. It looked like it might have been a red key, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too.
I guess you have to slope jump into your screw attack here, but it's a little finicky. Gets it. Nicely done.
See Diggle opting for the slightly slower, but oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Diggle's going to have to go around a bit now.
Got bopped by the pillar as it fell.
I wasn't aware Samus had recently signed on to be an intern for the Looney Tunes.
Watch out for that anvil.
All right, so Lokir is going to pick up... this is a fairly safe bet. This is Space Jump. In fact, it pretty much has to be. I'm pretty sure our next progression... Well, actually, no, the Seekers are in play now because of Space Jump, so...
There we go.
So they could go all the way to Bomb Guardian. They have a logical way out thanks to Screw Attack. Space Jump, even by itself, would have been enough.
Mm-hmm. Just slope over the glass.
Yeah, that's one of the 5 locations where slope jumping is in logic in the beginner settings. The other 4 include, I think, Transit Station. Great Bridge, I think, is one of them. Fun fact, Screw Attack does work on Bomb Guardian, but it's very particular. You still have to hit the head and the tail in the same frame, pretty much. Ooh, I don't think that was a full charge beam, so this is not going to be a
Nope.
successful 2-cycle. So Lokir's going to just have to burn an extra missile here. Nope. Yeah, because I think I was recently enlightened to the fact that apparently Bomb Guardian flinches after the next damage that takes him below the next quarter of HP.
It sounds right.
And Bomb Guardian has for us today our first Sky Temple key. Diggle's just having some fun with loading triggers and fights.
Hmm.
Lokir is making... I think Lokir wanted to check ventilation area A, but just realized that's not possible without bombs.
Yep.
Now, here's a crazy thing. Believe it or not, Dark Samus 1 is in play right now, because you absolutely can screw attack the crystals in main reactor and go through that way.
Mm-hmm.
Diggle, meanwhile, has had no trouble two-cycling Bomb Guardian and will now check... I think he's making the way back to Dark Missile Trooper, perhaps? Yeah, given this
Yeah, that's what I
interesting...
think.
Given this interesting loadout we have to start, I would honestly make the GFMC... I would be suspicious of the GFMC push right now.
Yeah, they got 2 items just sitting right there, right for the taking.
And yep, there you go. Screw Attack just makes the door go out. And it's just an energy tank in Storage D, so Lokir cannot pick that up until after the Dark Samus fight. Couple of options for this. You have Light Beam, you have Screw Attack. Light Beam is a fairly effective option against Dark Samus because she is not weak to any to Dark or Light Beams, and Light Beam does do 20 damage and has higher accuracy than Dark Beam in this case, so Light Beam is probably more effective.
Yep, those single shots burn through HP.
Lokir does have to be pretty careful though, because Dark Samus does still hit like a truck.
Mm-hmm. And she is very keen on entering those immune phases as frequently as she can. No, not shuffled charge. But the single shot from Light Beam is faster DPS.
Yeah, I think under ideal circumstances it'd be easier to honestly just practice DS4 skip. Because Dark Samus, I believe, only has... Let me think. She has 600 HP, just because Annihilator does 5 times damage and that does 12, and you need 10 shots. But, oh, I just noticed, no explosives, so Diggle will not be able to check communications area yet. Might go for the Reliquary hint, but looks like he's just skipping on by. Unfortunately, this is the first layer, so Diggle has to open the door manually here.
Yep.
Looks like Lokir has chosen to not continue through labs and just return to start. I do think with our current equipment, we could have gone all... Oh, actually, we could not. Without bombs, we can't go through the second security station tunnel. Oh, the dream. That is a suit in GFMC.
Oh, man. All right, so that's free light suit.
Indeed it is. That is the second time this tournament we've had this take place.
Diggle going immediately for Grand Softlock.
Well, actually, it's not a soft lock anymore because we have Secret Missiles, we have Dark Visor, and we have Screw Attack.
You know, you're just not used to seeing those in the first 13 minutes of a seed.
You're not. You're absolutely right. But no, as I was saying earlier, this sounds like a really good idea just because of the items we've gotten and the fact that it's a logical item now. I think that's just the missile launcher, though. Although, I'm sure Dig will take the extra 5 missiles. Oh no, it's just a missile tank.
Yep. Well, now with 10 missiles in reserve, this will give priority drops to missiles. which
Indeed.
does not take place until then.
It should be noted, though, despite all the logical checks we have made, we do not currently have Dark Aegon access. And we still can't access Plane of Dark Worship without a Dark-infused type beam.
Yep.
So, I do believe, with this current equipment, we either have something on Dark Missile Trooper, or we have something on in labs.
Yeah, my money is on Missile Guardian.
Although it's actually no. We can't go. We can only do central. We can't even do central mining station because we don't have a way technically through the grates. I don't think.
Yep.
I don't think screw attack works on the command center access pathway.
It does not.
So yeah, I think actually our progression does have to be on DMT at this point. I was about to say, yeah, Diggle's going to go ahead and open up the Plane of Dark Worship crystal now.
If nothing is on DMT, then we could find Dark Beam in Plane of Dark Worship.
If and only if this has Annihilator.
Mm.
Because we can't use Dark Portals without a Dark type weapon.
Oh my gosh, I have the backwards beam. Good lord. Yeah, I had definitely had my beams backwards.
The Light World version of Battleground is Central Mining Station. We technically can't do that because... Actually, no, because we don't have a way to the top floor without either Light Beam or without a way into Command Center, which we currently don't have because we have no Dark Beam or explosives. We don't have Spider Ball, so we can't go up the track, and BSJing is not in logic in these settings.
Huh.
Fascinating. A missile tank on DMT. And I know Screw Attack doesn't work on the Hive Chamber B panel.
Mm-mm. So what's the play here?
The item on the ship is out of play because we don't have Dark Aegon access. Morbus has Boost Ball, so obviously we can't go to Torvis yet. I'm just trying to think if there's any obscure way Central Mining Station could be put in play. Storage B is out of play. Yeah, we don't have bombs. You need Spider and Boost for main reactor in these settings. We don't have main power bombs yet. So Sand Canyon's out of play. Processing.
Yeah, that is I think Asder is on the right track.
I'm assuming it's possible that yeah, you can just screw attack the command center floor. In fact, the only problem with that is that you have to, after doing that, make sure you also screw attack the crates or to use a missile.
Yep.
Yeah, that must be it. I guess screw attacking the grates isn't logic. I didn't even know that was possible. I knew Boost Ball was because that befuddled me in a weekly once, but I didn't know screw attack worked. Welp, I think you guys, you folks at home wanted to see suffering. You're gonna get to see it. But yeah, they do have to be very careful here, and Diggle's taking a safety save, I assume just in case. But when you enter the command center grates, you cannot unmorph until you've exited and reloaded the room. And with no explosive weapons, if you don't have power bombs, or boost ball, you're in trouble.
Stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck. What a peculiar start. What's that up at Mining Station A? That looked like a missile question mark?
Couldn't quite tell.
But our runner's taking the same of them at a particular advantage as they both have duped their suits. You know, dupe the suit just rolls off the tongue really well.
What's going on here?
I think Diggle is thinking along Lokir's mentality of checking Dark Samus 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to find that E-tank.
Because, yeah, I know Screw Attack is not expected for sand alone is not expected for sand processing. With this equipment, we can check out of logic Feeding Pit. Unless, you know, the other suit just happens to be chilling in Doomed Entry. Which it's very possible. We've had some interesting starts over the course of this tournament. We've had so many matches, too. This is the end of the second round of Swiss. And, you know, each round has 14 matches. Yeah, I think Diggle's just realizing what's going on here and has to fight Dark Samus to get... Oh, he has chosen to XP start. You know, a lot of people have been asking for Annihilator suit if they get a third suit. That would be hilarious if we had that feature in the game where the Dark World just heals you. All right, Lokir is checking out, is making the play to Labs. So yeah, they're still relatively close to each other. They're only split by about 2 minutes.
Yep. And this early, that doesn't really mean a whole lot.
Yeah, especially since we really don't have... Everybody's railroaded right now, and we don't really have a clear clue of where to go. Well, besides, obviously, get into Command Center somehow. Could not see anything significant in Central Mining Station. Okay, and then Lokir just has to make sure to destroy the crates before morphing here, and should be okay. So yeah, I assume this is progression. Because we pretty much can't check anything else. Oh, actually, yeah, no, we can't. This has to be bombs or power bombs at this point. Yep, there they are. Alright, now Central Mining Station is in play.
Very interesting start.
Indeed, and it looks like Lokir's going to run back and do Central Mining Station real quick. Gonna like to do the BSJ to get up top. For those not familiar what a BSJ is, it's known as a bomb space jump. When leaving the ground in morph ball form, you are still considered grounded for 2/5 of a second. In combination with an instant morph you can get by obstructing the camera between Samus and the wall, she will unmorph instantly, and if you do so within those 24 frames, you can perform a jump. Battleground contains a Morph Ball related upgrade. That could be Spider Ball, Cannonball, or Power Bomb tanks.
Yep.
And Diggle does have to be a little careful here. And succeeds as well.
Perfect.
We still do not have Dark World access. It's actually kind of surprising. I think our next progression is... It could either be communications area right now.
No, with bombs we have access to Dark World.
Bioenergy. Bioenergy, Aegon Energy Controller. We have South Dark Aegon, yes. We could do Jump Guardian. I'm thinking Doomed Entry.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, in terms of ammunition, it is actually more efficient to use uncharged light against the Dark Pirates, as they will go down in 4 uncharged light compared to a charged light shotgun. Even with that nice curve there, the missile still did not connect. Alright, so Diggle is electing to continue through labs by the looks of it, while Lokir will be going to check out Jump Guardian. We have 2 items in play here. We have Jump Guardian and the Broom Closet.
Yep. Love to see a little bit of early route divergence.
Indeed. Although I'm going to just place my bet now. I'm sure the Broom Closet's got an Aegon key. As it typically does when a Morbus is required. Not typically per se, but it's fairly likely.
Especially with the amount of checks that we have access to right now, knowing that Boost Ball is definitely here.
I'll be right back.
Diggle going back for this hint, knowing that he has Dark Visor already, and it is very likely that something could be here.
Yeah, there is actually a fairly sizable chance that could be main power bombs or spider ball at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It is only locked by either super missiles or another beam. Although I don't know if the logic expects you to climb up the blade pods to reach the top floor in these settings. I don't know if that counts as standable terrain. And wouldn't you know it, an Aegon key in the broom closet.
Imagine.
Told ya. Alright, so that was Dark Aegon Key 3. This is probably Dark Aegon Key 2 that Diggle is stumbling upon right now. Alright, so we've got 2 out of the 3 Aegon keys. We could fight a Morbus right now with our current equipment. And Light Beam does thankfully make it fairly painless. The only problem is ammunition right now, because there's not a really reliable way to restore Light Beam right now. One way you could restore Light Beam in a semi-timely fashion is by running out of light ammo and then using a missile on the 5 Shriek Bats coming back from Aegon Temple to Aegon Temple access. That way you manipulate the drop system to drop 5 times potential pity drops for light ammo.
That would work. They also have Seekers, so if they were to not have light ammo, they at least have a viable alternative to one shot.
Alternatively, they can
section.
Alternatively, they can just burn all that ammo at once, because Lokir just got sunburst off of Jump Guardian.
There we go. We're going to save 3 seconds on Emperoring 1.
No, we're not. Not these settings. And that is a Amber Translator in Ventilation Area A, locked by bombs.
Yes, there are no final bosses in this setting.
That's been a very common gentleman's agreement we've seen in the tournament. A lot of folks have said that they have had mixed. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on final bosses. Some people like them, some people don't. I'm indifferent. I mean, I could do either or.
Me personally, I don't feel like I've truthfully beaten the game until I've put an end to Dark Samus.
Fair enough. And that looks like a cheeseburger in Transport Center. So our first power bomb of the day. It should be noted that it is not logical to use power bombs in these settings until you find the main launcher. Although we can use them. The Dark Torvus Temple are in, was that Aegon, Dark Aegon, and what was the third one?
I couldn't make it out in time. Diggle was very fast in forgetting to, or disregarding that hint.
Dark Aegon, Aegon, and Sank are the three areas. Now, that should be noted that we did see a red key in Mining Plaza. It is now probable that that is referring to a Torvus key.
Yep.
The boost ball can be found in Dark Aegon Temple. Thanks, game.
Wow. Thanks, hint overlap.
And we get our first energy tank of the day from Sandcash. Correct me if I'm wrong, neither of our runners have checked mining station access, so I think Diggle's going to give us a look at this while Lokir checks mining station B.
It looks like Lokir's going for hive chambers.
Hive chamber B, sorry. Wrong station, wrong B. Both runners only finding ammo tanks. Diggle checking the mining plaza hint to reveal that Umos 2 is the main power bomb.
Okay. Well then.
That could definitely complicate things. If main power bombs are required, then by extension, so is quad. Ooh, this has the
However,
potential to...
I have a feeling that both of our runners will instead seek out tanks.
Lokir is already running on one tank, which, to be fair, one tank is good enough to just about do the entire seed, given the Prime 2 drop system, as you had mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this seed does have the potential to be very spicy. We're going to see a dynamo chamber check now from Lokir, which reveals to us another missile tank.
Excellent use by Lokir of the power bomb to break both the wall and the other gate.
Spider Ball is in bioenergy production, and we have found the last Aegon key in communications area.
Okay.
Ing Reliquary is a life support system, so that would be an energy tank, as it cannot be a suit. Well, it could be a suit, but that would mean light suit's not required in these settings.
Yep.
Cannonball or high energy dark suit Ing Reliquary is not in logic in these settings. Ing Reliquary without light suit is basically the early newborn of Prime 2.
Very apt comparison.
And it's Sonic Boom on the ship.
Nice, nice lull shots there.
2 super combos and 2 beams. We're still missing the good ones, though.
Yeah.
Up in Crossroads we have... I could not see what that was. Thanks, device activated on either text.
We'll see Grand Wind Chamber here shortly, and then Wind Chamber Gateway right after. Lokir having only... Oh, no, they broke the door and then went back and got the other power bomb. Very smart.
That would appear to be a light ammo tank in Grand Wind Chamber. I'm looking on the playback to see what was in Crossroads, and I still can't see it behind the dark gate, the device activated on either text. It should, and Chad mentioned this earlier, that because main power bombs are in Sanctuary, it is expected that you enter Sanctuary Fortress through the Emerald Door into Sank Entrance, which we could do. The only thing stopping us right now is not Emerald Translator.
Mm-hmm. Because we know where to find Boost Ball.
Yes, Boost Ball is required to get into Sank, so assuming we have to go to Sanctuary for any reason, Boost Ball is going to be required.
Oh, thank you for the update there, Dirk. The tracking page is a little AWOL, so tracker is going to be out of sync for a bit here.
Yeah, currently Lokir has 2 Aegon keys, I believe. The one he is missing is Aegon Energy Controller.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that Diggle is missing is Communications
Communication.
Area. Nice lack of 10 missile drops, game. I did not see what was in Junction Site. Did you by chance, by the way?
I did
I
not
guess
catch that.
Diggle's gonna show us anyway. And we know where Spider Ball is. It is accessible. It is in bioenergy production.
It's just an E-tank.
So
Looks like Diggle is...
Oh,
Oh,
you know
he already
what?
got... Never mind.
You know where Dark Beam could be? Reactor Core. Not Reactor Core, excuse me. It could be in Reactor Core, but it could also be in Main Reactor. Because we know where Spider and Boost Ball are. Amorbus is in play.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the 2 items you need, so...
I like your thinking. So Lokir is making their way back to Aegon.
And this is where Lokir needs to be. We do know that the 3rd Aegon key is in Aegon Energy Controller.
Mm-hmm.
Diggle's going to be picking up his first Borger. Lokir is stopping for a moment, probably to communicate in race time. Let's see if there has been a conversation going on in there. There's been some back and forth, but not a huge amount of it. And yeah, Lokir might have had to just yeah, Lokir just had to stop briefly for a moment. Maybe yeah, who knows?
Might
Lokir
have
is
just
also
been taking time there to just plan out and route.
perhaps. Right now, Dark Beam can be in some very wonky spots, actually, because Boost Ball with Seekers also puts... Actually, Torvis is still out of play. We need either Emerald Translator or Super Missiles. We still cannot go in through the intended way, or the vanilla entrance, because we still need another beam. To answer your question in chat, Mining Plaza we suspect currently is a Torvis key, as it appeared to be a red key, and we have had a hint that a Torvis key is in Aegon. Lokir is about to get that 3rd Aegon key. I wonder if Lokir after this will make a quick pit stop to Vent Area A to pick up Amber Translator. I assume so.
It would be right there, plus with the power bomb available that would also grant Sand Canyon.
That is true.
Get a nice twofer.
Can Dark Beam and Torp's energy if logic expects you to enter tank through the front? It could be because the only way you don't need Dark Beam to go through Sank from the front. You actually only need Light, Dark Visor, and Seeker missiles. I would assume, and Space Jump to get up Reactor Core, or Spider Ball. Take your pick. Spider and Boost, which again we know where those are.
It's like the standable in bioenergy production is not being very cooperative, which is fair. The room is rather slippery.
It is. Which is weird because we're not even in an icy area. That is Spider Ball for Diggle, and Diggle's going to take a quick peek at... Diggle most likely knows the screw attack into tunnel to get main reactors out. I get main reactor and reactor core mixed up a lot.
Ruined reactor core.
Oh, jeez. Ruined reactor core cache.
B.
Alright, Lokir has made it to the Dark World after being pestered by bees.
And it looks like we're going to see that Amorbus play based off of the direction we're heading.
Yeah, and this just makes a lot of sense, because doing Amorbus for Boost Ball does two things. It gets it out of the way now. It'll eventually open up Mining Plaza when we get Echo Visor, and Boost Ball does just speed things up in general.
Yep. I wondered if we'd see this play from Diggle.
I'm seeing in chat there's actually a Worm Rave emote out there. That is amazing.
Yes.
Ooh, Lokir's going for the Seeker strat, just manages to get the hit in time. Yeah, for Phase 1, you're better off using Seekers to preserve ammo.
And since you are in absolutely no danger of the worms raving.
You're not in danger.
Solo worm.
Right, you're not in danger of the rave, number one, and number two, Lokir went into this fight with only 30 light beam. It is
Which, honestly, without a way to recharge, is kind of high.
Yeah, I think Lokir did take advantage of the pity drops, the pity light drops, or I think picked up a light ammo tank along the way. I just can't remember where.
Mm. Lokir got a light ammo expansion in Hive Chamber B.
Ah, and top that with the one from mining station access. That is an extra 40 light beam.
Mm-hmm. Don't need to refill ammo if you just keep picking up more expansions.
Ooh, Lokir tried to get another Seeker Salvo out, but got impacted.
Darn worms.
Yeah, Seeker Missile's proving to be a fairly effective backup, and there is Dark Beam in sand processing. Boost Ball is absolutely required. Also, THKY in 3 separate race time posts Diggle has just made in the race time chat. I don't know. Hate to break it to you, THK, Diggle, but THK might be gunning for your title. THK, Boost Ball is on Amorbus, and Dart Beam is in sand processing. And it looks like Lokir... Oh yeah, Lokir doesn't have Dark Beam, so can't... Actually, I think you could still stand on the diffused the deactivated crystal and just use Screw Attack to get on the ledge, but it looks like Lokir is going to take the energy. I honestly don't think this is a bad idea just because we still don't know if Chica's dead yet.
Yep.
Oh yeah, here's another thing, THK. Main power bombs are on Umos too.
Yep. Tumos. It's got the PBs.
THK's response, I love it. Require mains is not on, but we just but for the logic's sake, you do need the mains to be able to make powerbomb related checks. Did Lokir check Sand Canyon, by the way? No, it doesn't look like it.
Did not. Also, do not think Lokir got
Amber
vent area.
Translator.
So.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's another red key. That looks to be the second Torvis key that we now know of. Because, as mentioned before, the Torvis keys are in Aegon, Dark Aegon, and Sank. Which means it's probably chilling in Hall of Combat Mastery, Reactor Core. It could be any number of places, honestly. With our current equipment, Sanctuary is not in logic yet. We're still in Emerald Translator. This early light suit has definitely been making Dark Aether traversal much more relaxing for our runners, though. We have not confirmed if power bombs are required yet, but the logic does expect you to go through Sanctuary from the front because main power bombs are in Sanctuary. Some safe zones must be shot to function. Lokir is about to get pestered by these dark pirates.
The only major downside to going through and returning the Aegon energy is there are several rooms in Dark Aegon that become much more angry when you pick up the Dark World's energy.
Indeed, a tip I would recommend. Ooh, Sky Temple key in Battleground. And we can now confirm that the Morph Ball related upgrade in Battleground is either a Power Bomb expansion or Cannonball. Ooh, Diggle getting a nice plus 30 refill from that Blade Pod. Lokir getting a nice refill. And now Lokir is going to go to check Sand Canyon and Vent Area A, get that Amber Translator. We shall now see if there is progression in Sand Canyon. It is a dark ammo tank.
And Powerbomb expansion in Battleground Flying Cache.
Which, given what we know, I'm sure Diggle is not going to mind one bit.
No.
One skydiving lesson later, and Lokir is on the other side for Vent Area A to pick up Amber.
Nice terminal fall abuse by screw attacking and bonking off of the wall on the section of Sand Canyon right there. The game considers you having landed on that side and respawns you at the top.
Yeah, that's also similar to how the watch station access skip sort of works.
Yep.
But yeah, now the question just becomes, where do we go from here? Because again, main reactor is in logic. We still do not have proper... Well, we have proper Torvis access now. And Lokir is not concerned with whatever is in main reactor. Diggle still has not been to communications area to retrieve the other key. But is going to go and dive Spider's treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Chad making a good point that if Battlegrounds was Cannonball, Diggle could have skipped to Morbus, but And with Screw Attack, it is very easy to skip most kinetic orb cannons.
Lokir grabbing Dark Beam from Sand Processing.
I do not believe Diggle checked storage B after... oh, on the subject of Cannonball, there it is.
Aha.
Oh, wow, that's a big break for Diggle.
That is. As far as checks that hard require actual boost ball, Airy is one of the only ones that comes to mind.
Yes,
Because you are
because...
unable to break the glass with Cannonball to get into Airy. You have to have boost ball only.
Yeah, and not only that, Cannonball in main gyro chamber in general is very dangerous because if you break the gyro with Cannonball, without using the kinetic orb cannon itself, you will not be able to retrieve the item.
So, Cannonball is an item that is temporarily given to you when you get into any of the kinetic orb cannons. It behaves somewhat similarly to Boost Ball.
Yeah,
Uh,
it lets you boost. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Continue.
oh yeah, it allows you to use Boost as if you had Boost Ball, and also grants you invulnerability while in Morph Ball form. Because when you're being fired through a cannon, nothing can hurt you. When you make connection with any of the pads that the kinetic orb cannons hit you into, it is taken away from you at that moment.
Yeah, generally colliding with any visible collision, like the floor in Sacred Bridge, for example, also takes away Cannonball.
Mhm.
But how Cannonball can normally be achieved in vanilla is by, or maintained in vanilla, is by using some out of bounds trickery, like um, going out of bounds to another room that has a cannon, and then just use bad loading issues to get yourself yeeted out of bounds, and therefore
Yep.
the game will not remove your Cannonball. In the randomizer, we were able to make it an item by giving it the boost ball model. Screw Attack works on those ing web thingies.
That I did not know.
Me neither.
Also, main gyro, it is possible to keep your cannonball if you do the Echo Lock puzzle and then fall onto the gyro ball in the center of the room.
Ah,
If you do not do the puzzle though, the item does not spawn, and then when you reload the room, you can see what the item was,
but it won't
but
be
cannot
pick
interact with
upable.
it.
Okay. Interesting. We did see that Hive Dynamo Works is missile related and an energy tank was in the tunnel, so neither of those checks are important right now. I assume Lokir is going to go and pick up this Torvis key and check Battleground. And then after that, we'll have to see what the play is. Because right now, Torvis is in play. Upper Torvis specifically, but only the early sections. We cannot go through to the we can only go up to the temple. We can't go to the backside without without Emerald Translator, and we can't go to Lower Torvis without super missiles. And Upper Dark Torvis doesn't give us a whole lot of options either. We only get Boost Guardian, that's about it. Actually,
Yeah.
we don't even have that without
No
Emerald.
emerald.
So yeah, Torvis doesn't give us a whole lot to work with right now. That would be an important item by the looks of it. That would be
Looks like
our
Echo.
Echo. So Airy is in play now.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be noted that while Diggle came through Spider's Treasure from to Spider's Treasure, the logical entrance, the logical way into Sanctuary this seed is through Sank entrance. But it is currently locked out by Emerald Translator, which I'm actually gonna laugh if it's in Torvis Temple or something like that, because there's a lot of bad places it can be right now. Oh yeah, something else we didn't mention about Cannonball is that to vulnerable enemies, it does 500,000 damage per frame. To Resbits, it does 2 million damage per frame. For the record, nothing in this game has that much HP.
Yeah, far from it.
I am very surprised with Dark Visor Seekers. Diggle did not act. Oh, to preserve cannon. Up. Yeet.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Body deletion.
Yeah, Cannonball acts. Cannonball and quad legs are a little funky. All right, Sank Energy Controller. Let's see what this has for us today. Thankfully, not nearly as much of a kerfuffle to get out of this area compared to the Iliaster Dark Zero race earlier this week.
Oh, look, a key.
Well, we do need that.
Refresh and see if the uh, um, we have an update from a SpeedGaming volunteer in our commentary channel that says that all of the controls are down at the moment. So when that comes back, we will be able to update Tracker. But for the time being, we'll just have to use our imagination.
And yeah, you're seeing the advantage of Cannonball being used here. The Resbits, you could see the shots from the Resbits just bounced right off. But yeah, in Cannonball state, you are immune to... That was an amazing BSJ screw attack from DiggleWrath to get past Sang Temple access. Lokir has save warped. Let's see where Lokir decides to take this. Diggle is choosing to now go to Watch Station. And again, a reminder to the audience, Resbit does 2 million damage per frame. Cannonball does 2 million damage per frame to Resbits.
Diggle employing a nicely executed 3 BSJ to reach some jank standable in Watch Station. And will we get the instant? We get the instant and rolled onto the top of the gate. Well done.
Absolutely. We'd like to welcome the folks joining us from the main SpeedGaming channel. Folks, you are joining us in the middle of what is a very interesting race in the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer 2021 tournament. Lokir and DiggleWrath are going at it in their second rounds. Dart Beam and Sand Processing. Thanks, game. We have had a very interesting seed so far with Amorbus guarding the Boost Ball and Dark Beam in Sand Processing. Looks like Aerial Training Site's just a pair of missiles. And Diggle is on his way to Vault. And Lokir has checked Hall of Honor dead. Doesn't appear to be anything of note, and will just casually screw attack into the tunnel here. A favorite trick of mine as well.
What's in store in Vault?
That appears to be a translator.
Is that Emerald? That can't be.
It might be.
No, it must be Cobalt.
Emerald or... It could be either or. Actually, no, yes, it has to be Cobalt, because otherwise Sank would be inaccessible.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Cobalt Translator, which is still not bad, because Cobalt does give us access to many hints, 6 in total for Sanctuary. And we can get the one in Sank Entrance, but we just have to go through the front door.
Although theoretically, if main PBs are not necessary and Sank isn't necessary, that could be Emerald, which would be a great cue to leave immediately.
Well, that's impossible as we have Sky Temple keys in here.
Oh.
So, we already found 2 in here, so yeah, this has to be Cobalt.
That's correct. To
answer a question in chat, I think Umos 2, warning, Dark Aether's atmosphere is dangerous. Umos 2, I think, had a Sky Temple key once this tournament, maybe twice. According to my tracker, Umos 2 has been required at least once, so... We're getting our first Cobalt hint now, which tells us we have seen our joke hints. Gravity is in Path of Roots. That's pretty free today.
Mm-hmm.
Now Diggle is going to go check. Now that Diggle is finished with Vault Side, is going to carefully check Central Area Transport West to find another Sky Temple key.
Good find. Looks like that was just a...
We see that Quad himself is guarding an energy tank. I think that is our fourth found Sky Temple key. Fourth or
It is
fifth?
5 for Diggle.
Okay. Diggle electing not to pick up the item in Transit Station. To answer question, Chad, Umos 2 has main power bombs right now. And with that light suit in tow, DiggleWrath is going to check Sanctuary Map Station. While Lokir is our first to enter Torvis, we see that a missile-related upgrade is in Poison Bog. And that would be the super missiles in Torvis Lagoon. Conveniently, Gravity Boost is, Lokir doesn't know it, but Gravity Boost is right next to him.
It'll be a nice treat after performing Air Underwater right here.
Oh.
By morphing on the exact frame that you pass into water, you can do what is called Air Underwater, which, oh, that just got rid of it. Darn.
Yeah, the camera I don't think can go above water. Because it's based on the camera, right? Diggle has to be really careful, by the way, to not fall out here. Because a property of Cannonball is, as we mentioned before, is you take no damage, and that includes repulsion effects, like from the mini gyro. Which, in that, if that did happen, Diggle would fall out of bounds and would have to ether jump back up. It should be noted that out of bounds is allowed in this tournament, but never required. The Emerald Translator is 2 rooms away from Dark Torvis Temple access, so that means it is chilling in Cache. It is either in Cache B. Actually, that's, I think, the only place it could be, Cache B. That did say Dark Torvis Temple access, correct?
I didn't catch that.
Yes, Dark Torvis Temple access, so it is in Cache B, locked by super missiles. That would have been scary if it was 1 room away, because that could have either pointed to Venomous Pond or Dark Torvis Temple.
There we go. So the benefit to doing Air Underwater is that you can do this. Screw attack underwater.
Yeah, and because of the way... and in Air Underwater, your screw attack height does get increased a little bit by compared to a... Okay.
Looks like Lokir's going to take a save warp. Maybe head back and grab hints.
Quite possibly. With those 2 items in tow, it is absolutely doable. It likes to do so. Did Lokir safety save in the process? My stream froze a little bit, so I'm not sure.
I don't believe so.
Interesting. Yeah, Lokir doesn't know it, but Gravity Boost was literally right next to those super missiles. Diggle is making the play for additional Cobalt hints here to reveal that a visor is in Watch Station access. That would be referring to the Echo. Yeah, to answer your question, chat, the gravity boost hint is on a Cobalt translator hint, so only Diggle knows about it. But he's going to go check the Sank energy controller hint. Diggle wants to know where supers are, I think, at this point. So Diggle knows about gravity. Yeah, Diggle knows about gravity, visors, and translators. Super. Oh, there you go. There's your supers
Yep.
hint. And was that Annihilator Beam in War Patrol Grounds? It looked like an important item. I'll consult the mighty playback. Oh, correction. It was Grapple Beam.
Lovely. That'll be staying there.
And to answer a question in chat, the hint Diggle read in... Oh, my... Diggle just showing off how to get past Sang Temple access. Very well done.
Yep.
Let's see.
Good old Resbit standable shield.
Our remaining Sky Temple key hints are as follows. Hazing Cliff. We knew about that one already.
Yep.
Mine Shaft. That's free. We walked past it like 3 times, but it's free. Watch Station, we know. Sanctuary Energy Controller, we know.
Give us some new news.
Cat West, we know. So there should still be 3 unknowns. Hydro Dynamo Station, that's free. Transit Tunnel East requires gravity boost, but that's otherwise free. I guess that's it. Okay, so main power bombs are not required this seed. So, Quad and Umos 2 get a pass today. And for that matter, Light Suit isn't required either. Now, if
Yeah, Diggle just needs Mine Shaft, Hydro Dynamo Station, and Transport Tunnel East.
I think so. So yeah, you don't even need to go to the backside of Torvis today. Emerald Translator literally only gets you logically into Sanctuary. That's it. The seed had so much potential to be so bad. But Diggle knows exactly where Gravity Boost and Super Missiles are, so that's really all he needs. He doesn't even need Emerald Translator at this point. That's actually quite amazing. Diggle does not even need to step foot in Dark Torvis at this point. The seed went from Boost Ball on Morbus with Dart Beam and Sand Processing to go to Torvis, get all your stuff, and then get all your keys again. Which is actually, it's kind of typical of the races we have seen lately. Lokir is apparently validated. I didn't see why. I guess there was an energy transfer module line about somewhere. Or maybe just picked up Grapple Beam. So yeah, that was an interesting seed, all things considering. Yeah, it had a sort of typical jet end, but very nice, very interesting start.
Wow, nice first try.
Yeah, both of these runners are very good. They're very solid Echoes players. But yeah, Diggle's about to get super missiles and gravity boost, and that's going to be end of seed for Diggle.
Yep. I wonder if he's going to leave gravity until he comes back. Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's going to leave, go get his hints, and then inevitably come back.
Well, Diggle knows the. Oh wait, yeah, Diggle. Yeah, Diggle doesn't know the hints yet. That's a very good point. Lokir's now just learning about main power bombs. I'm still now very curious to know where the other suit was. And if you folks want to see more Echo's Randomizer action, you are in luck because we have another match coming up in about 50 minutes. And I believe, yes, it is on the main SpeedGaming channel. We will have Lenifis versus Asder at 10 p.m. So yeah, we've got two games on tap tonight, and the second one will start shortly after this one. Trying to think. Yeah, Lokir still needs gravity boost, but much to Lokir's misfortune, unfortunately, gravity boost is was right next to super missiles. I wonder if it's common for runners to check Path of Roots quickly before leaving Torvis to check hints. Because while we know in hindsight that knowing what we know, that would have been the better call, I'm curious to know if that's something runners consider very often. But yeah, at this time, Diggle is in no mode.
Yep, just needs to step into Path of Roots, grab that gravity boost, and then wrap up.
I just noticed when you destroy a mini-roid hive, you see mini-roids come flying out of the destroyed hive.
Yep.
That's kind of creepy.
I think mini-troids are my actual favorite enemy in the game. They're so adorable. It's just a shame that they will grow up to be bloodthirsty murderers.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. The Talon Metroids do still stick around either, I think, after the end of the game. The only I think there's a Metroid Prime 3 lore entry, the On Her incident, that goes into what happened afterwards. Like a GF ship, another GF ship came to pay a visit, and I think had to fight off pirates again without Samus's help. Something like that.
So Diggle running back into Torvis. Grab that gravity boost. And let me scroll back up and go grab these hints from where they were in chat.
Transit Tunnel East, Hydrodynamo Station,
and Mine Shaft. So
Mine
after
Shaft.
getting the artifacts, can you tell I play Prime 1?
Yes.
The Sky Temple keys from Lower Torvis, Diggle's going to have really, really fast access back to Aegon via the Seeker elevator lock. I am totally blanking on what that room is actually called.
Yeah, the
Aegon
Transit
Portal
Center.
access. There we go. Ooh.
The transport center elevator, yeah. And yeah, that's not the best elevator. Would be the Sank Spider Side elevator because it puts you right next to Aegon Temple. But the portal access elevator is still a nice. It's only a short walk.
Yep.
Lokir has checked storage C to pick up some extra missiles. Why does?
Um, yeah, he's gonna need gravity boost because Transport Tunnel East requires gravity to get the item unless you do a wall crawl, which I believe Diggle does know how to do. But if you have the option to grab gravity boost and it's very easy to grab, it's a lot faster.
Yeah, in this case, that super missile got whiffed. I've never seen a super missile miss like that. Oh, and I think we found our other suit in Torvis Temple.
Oh, did we? Well, maybe we'll get a sneak peek at Annihilator suit.
I wish. Okay, so Light Suit wasn't in a terrible spot today. In fact, you were going to get it on your way to go to Lower Torvis if you decided to, because yeah, you have to do this fight regardless.
Yep.
Having gravity also helps for Transit Tunnel East as well. Now, if you're wondering why Diggle didn't just go to the elevator from here, from the temple, is that the elevator does not activate until you pick up the item in Torvis Energy Controller. We're getting our first look at Annihilator suit. It's so amazing we can't tell a difference. Nah, we're kidding. It doesn't actually do anything.
It's like picking up a duplicated space jump boot gives you an extra aerial jump.
Could you imagine if Space
Same
Jump
idea.
worked? Could you imagine if we got 2D game Space Jump, if we do Space Jump?
It would be pretty cool.
Lads and ladies, we present to you Seeker Missiles.
Yikes.
Unfortunately, Diggle is going to need a bit of a refill here. I don't know why he doesn't just go through the dark beam door. All right, Lokir has returned the Aegon energy, and I assume that was just being done as by accident while getting the energy controller hint. Because I think I don't think Lokir's thinking about Chica at this point. I still agree with the play to really.
Good lord. This game.
All right, so yeah, Lokir actually is going to probably go all the way here and check Mining Station B, because Mining Station B is in play right now as well. Has been in play for some time since Darkbeam, pretty much.
Yep.
You know what the funniest thing is? If Diggle had just gone through the Darkbeam path and then gone out the Gathering Hall door, the Seeker door would have evaporated.
Yep.
Because a fun fact about doors is that they do not have, some doors do not have the same entrance requirements on both sides. For example, I think the door between one of the secret doors on the way to Ing Reliquary from the other side is a super missile door.
Ooh, that I did not know. That's fun.
It's either a super missile, it's either that door or it's one of the doors, or it's the Accursed Lake door. Make sure to collect an energy transfer module, otherwise your run won't be validated.
Mm-hmm.
Training Chamber is the one that... I always get Training Chamber and Gathering Hall screwed up. Thanks, chat.
Oh, there's
It is the...
also, what is it? Gateway access, the door into it from the intended front side. I can't remember the name of that room. The one right next to Defiled Shrine.
Okay.
With all the little red laser eyes. That side of the door is seeker locked, but the inside on the way out from Sky Temple Gateway is just a normal blue door.
That's probably why in like a Sky Temple Gateway start, the game doesn't give you secret missiles because you don't need them.
Nope, just mosey right on out the front door.
But yeah, the thing about yeah, just to clarify why that can be a big deal sometimes is that yeah, if you go from one side, if you go from a side that does not have a lock through a door to a side that does have a lock, the lock just disappears. Another example is that the Torvus Temple energy controller access is supers on one side but blue on another. Diggle taking great care to ensure that secret missiles do not fail him again. And yeah, chat's confirming that it's the Accursed Lake door that is supers on the reverse side and seekers on the main. It's like, I knew it was one of the Sky Temple doors, but, oh, I think Diggle did not mean to burn that missile, but we'll get a nice refill.
And he is coming up on his last key.
Yeah, Lokir is not going to be happy about Gravity Boost, for sure.
Oh, Diggle not needing Cannonball to finish the seed, or a boost ball. So just go ahead and just burning it. You can see, though, there was a moment where he was like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, actually, that is a good point. Diggle has preserved Cannonball for a fairly sizable amount of time, and that has spared him a Morbus, which probably was another one of the big time savers in this seed.
Yeah. Finding Cannonball in Hall of Combat Mastery was a huge, huge thing for Diggle.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Spider's Treasure was 2 out of 3 today, so not too bad, but yep, there's Lokir's Gravity Boost. So Lokir is now in go mode, but unfortunately it's going to be too little too late. Did Lokir do the Torvus Temple fight?
I don't know.
I guess so.
Nope.
Lokir's out of missiles.
Unfortunately, did not. Oh. Of course.
Yeah, missiles have been an issue today for both of our runners.
Yeah, not kind to either of them.
With Mineshaft out of the way, DiggleWrath will save warp and finish the seed. So yeah, despite everything that happened at the start, this is still going to be a sub 90-minute seed. Although I am very certain the powerbomb hint had our runners thinking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we had a actually rare occurrence in this tournament where Cannonball has been a suitable replacement for Boost Ball, as Chad points out. If I'm not mistaken, Lokir has not seen Cannonball, so
Nope.
yeah, Lokir actually has never dipped Sank. Really, Sank was literally only needed for Sky Temple keys, that's it. I do know that earlier today, though, in the Lucaria Simes low match that was not shown, we did have a DS2 required.
Ooh,
So,
that's fun. What was on Airy?
I'm not sure. Probably an STK.
Yeah.
Oh, chat's saying it was a suit.
Oh, fun.
Lokir screwing over that sleigh ride for the pirates there.
One of my favorite things about this room. And nice super missile double kill.
Yeah, super missiles are great in this room. Annihilator beam is amazing in this room.
Diggle grabbing grapple meme.
Or
Nope,
not,
Diggle.
because of Seeker Missile. Seeker Missiles, folks.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Chat's saying that Seekers were in Dark Oasis in the match today. That's
That's
disgusting. That's rude.
oh, with the other suits in Mining Plaza and Airy. Gross. That's very bad.
Wow. And to my understanding, we had a seed earlier this week that had a non-required vanilla Annihilator. But yes, that is the last Temple Key return for DiggleWrath, and in just a few seconds we will see a slightly earlier than intended pause, but otherwise, DiggleWrath will finish this race in first place with an official race time GG time of 1:25.25, as Lokir will be entering a .DNF for this race. GG's to both of our runners for putting on a fantastic show for you here this evening. Both runners are just taking a quick bio break, but will be joining us in the booth momentarily. But yes, again, we would like to remind you folks, we are not done here with Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer Racing tonight. We will be having our next race in just 30 minutes on the main SpeedGaming channel, where you will be seeing Asder versus, I need to look up the schedule again, Asder versus Lenifus. Standard tournament settings for this race, the upcoming race. We are now joined in the booth by DiggleWrath. DiggleWrath, GG to you.
Thank you very much. That was a seed.
Very much so. It's accurate.
That is a good way to describe it. It's actually pretty akin to most of our pre-2.3 weeklies, where it's spaghetti your way through Raygon and then get everything in Torvis and finish the seed.
Except, well, no, yeah, most of the stuff was in Torvis in the end. I just ended up going to Sanctuary to get hints for all the stuff in Torvis instead.
Pretty much. We are now joined in the booth by Lokir. GG to you.
Hey, GG.
Yeah, GG Diggle. Have I played this game before? Maybe.
Well, so here's the two major difference makers of the seed. Lokir, you were the first to dive Torvis.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but I didn't get grav.
But you didn't pick up Gravity Boost, which unfortunately, the hint for Gravity Boost was all the way in Sanctuary, and Cobalt was in Vault. So,
Ew.
Yep.
Diggle ended up skipping a Morbis because Cannonball was in Hall of Combat Mastery.
Oh, yeah, I put off Spider Side because I didn't have Spider.
What ended up happening was I did the Beat 3 BSJ to get sand processing early, and I was just derping, and I'm like, well then.
Well, yeah, that was.
And I decided I might as well peek Hall or go into Sanctuary at that point, because I figured that I would just get. No, I know it was. I just wanted to peek Combat or Spider Treasure, and then I got Cannonball. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not fighting a Morbus anymore.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing had I continued into Bioenergy, but I was like, that room's slow. I don't want to do that. And so I missed Spider Ball.
You both got the dream dupe, though.
Yeah, that was fun. That was the hell yeah in chat.
Heck yeah, we are on SpeedGaming.
Oh, sorry. Yes, heck yeah.
Yeah, I was, and then it never came in, never became relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
the most I got for it was an E-tank and the tank map station.
I never went to Sank, so
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was still about like 10 minutes from finishing though, so I
I
don't
think
feel too bad.
I think if I'm reading the logic correctly, I think Boost Ball was literally only needed for Dark Beam.
Probably.
You were supposed to go into Sanctuary entrance with it as well.
Yes, you were. Yes, that was your logical way into Sank.
Because power bombs are on Umos too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but crazily enough, Umos 2 and Light Suit were not required today. Neither was Echo Visor, which Diggle found in Watch Station access. It was hinted at as well.
Yeah.
Didn't stop me from finding the hint for it after picking it up, but whatever.
Yeah. And your way into Sank entrance was going to be through Dark Torvis because the Emerald Translator was in Cache B.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because Diggle picked up a proximity hint saying it was 2 rooms away from Dark Torvis Temple access. And by that point, the only room we could piece together was Cache B.
Yeah, I think my biggest mistake was not saving in the save station in Torvis. That was when I said that was an oops. Because I didn't save, I couldn't reset, because if I reset, then I'd have to redo Air Underwater and all that stuff. And so I didn't save my supers, so I ended up going to Aegon after hints, which took way too long. And yeah, that was just bad. If I had reset, I would have gone straight into Path of Roots, gotten Gravity Boost, and then, I don't know, probably still had to go back to Aegon because I skipped Spider Ball, which was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not like too unhappy with how I played. Made a couple weird decisions, like I said, like doing Aegon like that. Going into labs early didn't pay off at all. That just sucked.
Which is unfortunate because labs was in play because of screw attacking the light crystal. We thought, well, maybe we had a vanilla dark beam locked by screw attack. Who knows?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, and that's why I kind of stopped there because I forgot I had space jump. So I was actually checking the database to make sure you could do that without space jump. But then I was like, oh, I have space jump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All in all, though, both of you played rather well. There were good movement choices from both of you. One thing I would like to comment on, though, are seeker missiles.
Yeah. DiggleWrath needed 3 tries to bust open the Hydro Dynamo Station door.
Oh no.
I didn't even do it. I just ended up going into dungeon or light dungeon.
That too. Catacombs, yeah.
Oh god, I was about to join you in that slice of heck.
And then
before you finished, but
and then
also my Torvis Temple. First, not having enough missiles, and second, maybe the first time ever that I've forgotten about that barrier. So that was cool.
Yeah,
just
that, and
then grapple beam happened. I picked up grapple beam as a meme and I missed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed. Oh no.
I had to get drops.
One more seeker missile
for the road,
which was hilarious because seeker missiles were the first upgrade, practically the first major upgrade you both got after Violet via the task jump. Pretty simultaneous, actually.
Yeah. I was super waffly early game. I see Seekers and I see Dark Visor, then I get Screw Attack and I'm like, there's absolutely going to be something in the save station, Great Temple, and I need to go get that. And then I'm like waffling, maybe I go and get bombs first or try and do Jump Guardian. I almost went back to it after getting Screw Attack and Aegon Gate, and then I'm like, wait, I think I need Space Jump to actually break the rubble.
For the for GFMC, I think so.
Yeah.
Also for that, yeah, true. Then it ended up being missiles, and I was very sad.
Yeah, we were honestly eyeing that area because we knew about Space Jump and Screw Attack, and we thought, you know what, you can literally go all the way to Transport A access and go all the way back, and it'll be perfectly fine by the game standards. Diggle, actually, you never came across the third Aegon key. Would you like to know where that
Nope.
is?
Was it on GFMC ship?
No, it was in communications area.
That was
right
my
next door.
second guess.
Yeah.
So it was locked by bombs. You had to literally go into Command Center and then go all the way back around.
Yeah. Glad I didn't do that.
Why did I not check Spider? Oh, right. Because I didn't check Spider Side. I was gonna say, why didn't I check it after Spider Ball? But at that point, I didn't want to go to Sank. I wanted to go back to Corvus because I didn't have Gravity Boost. That was why.
Diggle did end up going into vent area. Is that B, where Amber was?
Bang.
A.
Yeah.
Vent area A, rather early. And that
I did
was
too, but I didn't have
was
bombs.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
you
Oh, I
both,
went through there without bombs as well.
yeah, you
Oh,
both
boy.
ended up
No,
not having
going back
bombs.
and getting Amber was a strong push because that gave the hint for where Spider was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that hint and I was like, oh no.
Also, shout out. I warped to start at some point without bombs, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go check transport B. A. Wait, I would be wall crawling without bombs, and this area is bad for that. I think I'll not.
Imagine wall crawling.
Yeah, I saw the fun approach towards Umos, and then a quick subsequent decision to turn around.
Yep. Realizing in real time, you can see the exact moment where I realized this is a bad idea.
Oh wait, no bombs.
We also saw you just freeze for a second at Darkbeam, and we saw the conversations going on in race time while this was going on. It was a very interesting. It actually, all things considering, it was typical of our pre 2.3 weeklies where you spaghetti your way through Aegon. There's nothing but keys and Sank, and you finish up in Torvis.
Yeah.
I don't think I was around for those.
Yeah, this mostly happened during like the late summer and October and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh man.
We were eyeing like we were thinking, oh, is there like a key in like Putrid Alcove, at which point you need to do Umos 2 just for main power bombs, but not the case today.
Yeah. I was
Diggle.
I was so sad when I save warped in Torvis, or well, didn't save warp, just warped in Torvis, and I just out loud I was like, no. Oh god.
Anything big from either of our runners remaining on the seed?
Nice try, THK, but it isn't as bad as the seed I gave you.
Yeah, yeah, we were thinking the seed was going to be really bad, but I think another thing that helped is that A, power bombs weren't required, and B, you got the dream dupe. So,
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that was
although
nice.
to be fair, that wouldn't have actually done you any favors today,
No.
Yeah.
besides a little bit of Dark World comfort, but even then, that's a little in big quotes.
Honestly, getting Amber is the big thing that made the seed click into place.
Yeah. I did not get that until pretty late.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think
looks
it's
like
time for us to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead and
indeed.
wrap up here. We have the links for runners in chat. Make sure to give them a follow, as well as Captain, my co-commentator, and shout outs to Dirk for tracking for us. We have the tournament bracket and schedule for the remaining pieces of the Echoes tournament there in chat for you as well. And like Captain did mention for us, we do have Lenofis and Asder running here, and that's not the right link.
Just about 20 minutes is
Yeah,
their next
on
race.
main speed gaming.
And that is
Ooh.
going to be some fun. Pretty much
Mhm.
the same seed as this one, except with final bosses. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck to the both of you in the next upcoming 3 rounds of Swiss.
Yeah.
And
Good
GG's all around.
Yeah. GG.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with that said, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Uncle Reggie, thank you for joining me here in the booth, and we will see you here next mission, folks.